Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Battlefront 2 with yours truly, the one and only Arnold! The story keeps unfolding, guys, and we hit a really big milestone for this game, and the game's only been out for 2 days for the deluxe members, and the people who haven't gotten deluxe, they haven't even touched this game, and so much has unfolded here. Today, EA has come out and made an announcement regarding removing purchasing crystals from the game to remove the whole monetization pay-to-win aspect, and this is a sounding victory and one of the biggest concerns I had about this game, which is the whole pay-to-play aspect. This was mainly in response to that one Reddit comment I showed you in the previous video. At that time, 2 days ago, it had 400,000 downvotes. At the time of this video, it's way over 600,000 downvotes, by far the most disliked comment on Reddit ever, and they had about 3 comments that broke records on Reddit in a very negative way, and they saw this and they actually came out. The big guy, the general manager, came out and made a big statement about this. Let's go and read this, and we're going to talk about ways to improve this game, since it looks like they are very sensitive to feedback at this time. So let's first read their comment and talk about what I think of how we can improve this game further. So from Oscar Gabrielson, the general manager at DICE, this is really high up there in the hierarchy. As we approach the worldwide launch, it's clear that many of you feel there are still challenges in the design. We've heard the concerns of potentially giving players unfair advantages, and we've heard that this is overshadowing an otherwise great game. This was never our intention. Sorry, we didn't get this right. We hear you loud and clear, so we're turning off all in-game purchases. Wow, I didn't see this coming here. And we will now spend more time listening, adjusting, balancing, and tuning. This means that the option to purchase crystals in the game is now offline, and all progression will be earned through gameplay. The ability to purchase crystals in-game will become available at a later date, only after we've made changes to the game. We'll share more details as we work through this. So to be honest, this is actually a really bold move on EA's part, and this is all because of you guys going out there and voicing your concerns, because if you didn't voice your concerns, we would have been stuck with this monetization system. But this is the community essentially put their foot down, and EA listened, and this is something I have to admire to some extent, because a lot of companies out there, they would just push out an update, push out a game, and then they would just go hide in their bunkers and just hope that the whole thing fizzles down. EA, within the very first few days of this game launching, they already came out here, turned off a really big aspect of the game, and now they're trying to find ways to improve the game further. Now, to be clear, this is not going to be a permanent removal of monetization. As you kind of see here, they're going to reinstate the crystals at some point later on, but they have to reevaluate the game and figure out ways to improve upon it before they do so. And who knows, they might bring the crystals back for the whole loot crates and for all that other stuff, but we don't know just yet. But there's a lot of stuff that we can do to improve upon this game. So this is a great first step by EA, I think. It was definitely called for. They did a great move here, but I love this game. I want it to be really good. I feel like it fell short on a couple of marks so far, so I'm going to give you some of my top 5 ideas on how we can improve this game going forward. So if EA really wants to improve Star Wars Battlefront 2, one of the first things I highly recommend, and I don't think it's too impossible to implement, who knows, maybe I could be wrong, it might be stressful on consoles and whatnot, but finding a way to have split screen online multiplayer. Yes, as of now, we have the whole arcade mode where you can have a couch co-op, play with your buddy or your brother or sister, your mother or your lover next to you, but I feel like missing the couch co-op for online multiplayer is a big component they are missing out on. And it's not an idea that's so foreign or so out there. We see games such as Call of Duty World War II and previous Call of Duties. They allow you to have a couch co-op where you can have your brother sit next to you, pull on the online multiplayer, split the screen, and you both can play on the same server online. I feel like this is a big aspect that is being missed out on, because I personally enjoy the game a lot more when I have my buddy sitting next to me and we can both go on online multiplayer instead of having everyone bring their separate PlayStations, go in different rooms, and you're separating everyone. You want everyone together on the same couch, having fun with what's supposed to be one of the best Star Wars games we've had in a long time now. So I don't think that is too far-fetched to ask for. Maybe there's some technological reason behind it, but seeing all these other modern games coming out, I don't see why this is so hard to implement, especially because of the fact we have split-screen arcade. Next thing I have on this list as number 2 on my top 5 list, and I was really hoping this would be implemented in this game because this was an iconic game mode for the original Battlefront 2, and that is Galactic Conquest. My gosh, if you guys didn't play Galactic Conquest, you are missing so much out in your life. Being able to sit on the couch, split screen by the way, on your couch. It's local play, of course. It would be nice if they brought this to a multiplayer functionality where you could play with other people online. That would be pretty awesome. But being able to sit next to your buddy and kick their butts while you take over the galaxy, whether you're the Empire or Rebellion, now we have the First Order and Resistance, I think this is something huge that they can implement, and it's something that I think would really bring this game to a whole other level. Galactic Conquest, I've spent hours upon hours and upon hours in the original Battlefront 2. I don't even need any incentive. You don't need to tie any rewards to it, although that would be cool. You don't need to tie any sort of achievements to it. Playing Galactic Conquest in and of itself is just so much fun. Being able to strategically take the galaxy is something that's a lot of fun. It's got a strategy aspect to it. It's got a planning aspect to it. You got the ships aspect. You got the ground aspect. You got all these bonuses such as the garrison bonus, the back the tank bonuses. There was so much in there. And that would honestly make this game so much better if they brought that in here. That is something I really want to see in this game. In the recent Ask Me Anything on Reddit, someone asked that question, and they made it sound like they're thinking about it. They're trying to find ways to make it worthwhile and implement it, so it's not something that they're completely declining on doing. Number 3 on my list, and this is probably going to be a bit more debatable, but I enjoy this type of stuff, and I would like to see some sort of deep character customization. Now, there was some leak a while ago or some rumor regarding the fact that there is a chance we might get different skins for clone troopers. That's the kind of stuff I would like to see, and if they really want to have loot crates, I guess that would be the stuff to put in there, or maybe tied to achievements. Every so many headshots, you unlock some sort of new outfit for your clone trooper, something to make it feel a lot more personal so you have that tie to the unit you're using. Now, I'm not saying to give us complete deep customization of a character, although I would love that. One thing I kind of like about Call of Duty is creating your own camos for your weapons. You get a lot of camos for your character, a lot of different equipment to put on your character. I do like that, but I can understand that maybe Lucas is hesitant of doing that because you don't want people having that deep of customization where they're going to start putting rocket ships, if you know what I mean, all over clone troopers, because that I can understand the reason why I don't want that deep of a customization. Number 4 on this list, and this is something I really want to see, and it looks like this stuff can happen, is the addition of more Clone Wars based characters. Now, this game was a huge sigh of relief when we finally saw Darth Maul in the trailer for this game. A lot of people were freaking out because we haven't had a game with any sort of Clone Wars aspect in so many decades, probably since the previous, or the original Battlefront 2. I think if they somehow tap into the cartoon series, the Clone Wars, such as Captain Rex or Ahsoka Tano, or bring in characters such as Anakin Skywalker, Count Dooku, Mace Windu, General Grievous, they have so many legendary type of characters to tap into, and I've always wanted to see General Grievous in a modern day game for Battlefront. Please make that happen. Now, number 5 on my list, last but certainly not least, I don't think this can happen now that the game is completely made. This might be hard to implement at this point in the game, but for some reason, personally, I don't like having to earn points to use a vehicle. I think it'd be a lot cooler if the vehicles were already on the ground. You had your tanks like Battlefront 2. We've had this in the original Battlefront 2, the original Battlefront. We have this in Battlefield. It's not a far-fetched idea. We've seen this before, having the ships on the ground, being able to get in the ships, fly the ships, kamikaze the ship. That is a lot of fun. I don't know. That's just me. The idea of being able to just walk into a vehicle makes it feel like you're actually on the battlefield. That's one reason why I love Battlefield so much, is because you really feel like you're in the battle. You don't have to sit there and play this arcadey type thing where you got to earn points to get into a vehicle. We've had vehicles on the ground before. This isn't some crazy idea. We've had this before, and I don't quite understand why they can't implement it in this game. I think that would really improve the overall, I don't know, in-depth or immersion that you have in the game. Last thing on my list is a completely bonus thing. This mainly comes from some of you guys, because I know some of you guys would like to see this. I'm more on the fence, and that's regarding the credits needed to unlock the heroes in the game. Now, if you haven't seen it, my previous video talks about this, but originally Darth Vader and all the other, a lot of the other heroes required credits to unlock, and for example, Darth Vader, you needed 60,000 points to unlock him, which translated into about 40 hours of actual gameplay, which is a huge amount of time. They then reduced it by 75%, but they apparently also reduced some of the credits you got from the game by 75%, so still the net, it was a little bit harder to get, but not by much. I've seen a lot of people already have Darth Vader, and the game's only been out for 2 days or so, so it's not completely hard to get, but I know some people just want to have everything unlocked from the very beginning, not having to unlock anything through challenges or gaining credits. I'm kind of on the other side. I kind of am like from the mentality of Super Smash Brothers, where you got to spend a lot of time to unlock characters such as Mewtwo, Luigi, yada yada yada. I always found it satisfying when I built up to an achievement and I unlocked a really cool character I've been working for. I mean, heck, people seem to have forgotten, but Mewtwo in Super Smash Bros. Melee took 20 hours of actual fighting to unlock, and that was a huge achievement for people to brag about if they got Mewtwo. I remember everyone was bragging about it in school. If you had Mewtwo, you're the cool kid, but if you didn't have him, get out! True story. But again, I know a lot of you guys don't have time to grind. It's not a huge grind. A lot of people already have Palpatine now. A lot of people already have Commander Luke Skywalker. A lot of people already have Darth Vader. So it's not something too far-fetched now. It looks like it's a bit more manageable. But again, I understand a lot of you guys out there just want those characters unlocked from the get-go. But that is pretty much it. Those are my top 5 plus 1 bonus item for how we can improve the game. And I know I'm new to the Battlefront 2 content, but hopefully Electronic Arts is listening to the community's feedback, because this is a game that can really be an iconic game. And I want to say 10 years from now that this was a game I spent a lot of time in, kind of like how I am reminiscing about the original Battlefront 2. A lot of potential out there, but you guys let me know down below. What do you think of my ideas? Do you have any other ideas that you think we can do to improve this game aside from the whole removal of the monetization system? What can we add to this game to make it a lot better? Balancing, new aspects, new elements, new game modes. You guys let me know down below. And if you did enjoy this video, please feel free to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always...